So now you've joined me with a very special guest I've got this afternoon, and who's going to give us a little bit of a chat and an introduction and a few insider tips from what Krug actually does. I've got Mirim with me. Mirim is the head, actually, she's the director of marketing and sales, I suppose. And I think everything else that falls under that catalogue. Where do we start? I don't even know where to start. Okay, Mirim, let's start from the top. Right, how long have you been with Krug now?
Close to 4 years now.
Okay.
And I must say it's such a pleasure to be here with you at
Thank
our
you.
Krug Expedition Off-Road Weekend, the first that we have here.
I must say thank
this
you
year.
so much for inviting me for this very special day. I think it's been fantastic being a part of Krug and this off-road event, which coming and seeing the other trucks here, seeing fellow customers and clients and potentially new people, and having a chat about how each one's truck is unique to them. I think that's been really special. You must be quite used to it now, or is it always new every time you come and do one of these events?
Well, because the combination of people is always different.
Yeah.
So that makes it really exciting and never boring. You mentioned something during lunch that really, stuck with me, and it sounds so true. It's like these kind of experiences attract the same kind of people.
Yeah.
And everybody's just excited, happy, interested, eager to learn more, and we're happy to provide that framework.
How has it grown? I've understood that Krug's about 14 years old now, or longer, I think.
Well, in business as we are,
Okay.
10 plus years, yes. Our headquarters is in Austria, near Salzburg, in the beautiful Alps. And that's also where we now moved a part of the production to, because as you probably already know, the majority of production was based in Ukraine. So then that since has become obviously more difficult, and we're trying to offset this with an expanded production in Austria, and also a stronger sales force, more staff in general. So we are moving away from being a pure startup to becoming a growing company.
I think I've noticed that Krug has come a really long way in a really short span of time. And I think that you've basically seen overnight growth, exponential growth, dare I say. How many trucks do you think you have sold so far? How many Krug trucks are out on the road?
So we are now counting project 230 plus.
Wow.
So you can imagine.
Wow.
There are quite a few.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the trucks have evolved obviously quite a lot since the Krug Expedition 1, was it?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So innovation is always on our mind.
Right.
And especially, the technology within the trucks. It's when we think Starlink, for example, that's also not a novelty anymore. It's become more of a mainstay and a must-have. That's sort of a non-brainer for most. So, of course, we are advancing with the demands and needs of the time as it evolves.
And from the beginning, what's the biggest changes that you've seen in terms of your clientele? Has your clientele become younger, older? What's the demographic that might have changed with your clientele?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, because obviously all we do is centered around our clients and our customers, what they need, what they're dreaming of. Most of them truly want to fulfill a life dream, purchasing a truck, traveling the world, some as full-timers, some just sporadically, with kids, with pets, with both, just the two of them. So it's become more of a mixed demographic. Definitely younger people, now also in the mix, more families, which is incredible, and that perfectly matches our product portfolio, especially with the Rhino line, which is a more of an entry-level product, but it also caters to up to Crew 4, for example.
Okay, wow. In terms of for the Rhino, so the Rhino is the one, from what I've understood, that's the ready-to-go production module. So if I want a truck in the next couple of months, the Rhino would be the quickest answer. If I want to get into a truck and get out there,
Yeah.
the Rhino is the answer to go for.
And it's a wonderful truck. So you have a Mercedes Artego or Aroc Space, 3 different layers to choose from, 2 different module lengths to choose from. So there's something usually there for everybody who doesn't want to wait maybe for say 12 to 14 months for a series module or up to 2 years for a custom project.
Oh, wow. Why Rhino? Why is it called the Project Rhino? What's special?
Well, it's because the very first Rhino was built on a MAN base, on one of the shorter, smaller trucks, and it just seemed appropriate because it was such a cute look, you know, capable, strong. And then, you know, these synergies with, for example, Mkombe Rhino, which is a South African animal conservation, which we support with every Project Rhino sold.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It sort of was a perfect match.
Oh, wow.
And the name stuck.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. In terms of your markets, what is your primary market at the moment?
So definitely we've been expanding, not only operating within Europe, but now we're looking at the US market with a very specific product for that. And then, of course, we are open to expand into the Middle East. We are closely monitoring the Asian market.
Yeah. And would you sort of consider more opening your doors to like Australia, New Zealand?
Definitely. Well, New Zealand and Australia also, I think, amazing countries to discover, and we would love to get a foothold there. This is something that we rather take on organically, and we do get a lot of requests. We have Australian clients as well.
Yeah.
So yes, there's definitely the potential there, and we're looking at this carefully.
So what's the largest size of a truck that you have to offer?
Well, that's a very specific build that we created. It is 7.40 meters long, just the module. Imagine that, yeah.
Okay, so, and you would, is that like a 6x6, I guess?
Definitely,
Okay, you'll need a 6x6 truck.
Exactly.
Chassis.
Yes.
To put the module on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Rhino, just to compare it, the smallest model is 4.30 meters.
Wow, okay, gosh, okay.
Imagine.
Okay, wow, so it's like a, like two and a half-ish
Almost.
Rhinos for one big truck. Wow. And what's the age group of your clientele? I know it's a really hard one because...
Yes, so it's truly getting more mixed. So of course we saw maybe more mature demographic, people who were looking at early retirement or who've, you know, sold their businesses. And now we are definitely getting more customers who are younger families or younger people.
Potential.
They don't want to wait. You know, it's, of course, you make a plan, you have a life. There is the everyday. But then a lot of them said, you know, life is happening now. I want to enjoy it now.
Yeah.
With my, you know, the best of my abilities. So I think that's wonderful. So at Abenteuer and Allrad, for example, we have Judith and Arthur Kreusel, a young Swiss couple, who've been just traveling the Pan America, and this is definitely a perfect representation of a younger demographic. But it's mixed, and it's wonderful to see, you know, how everybody approaches their dreams and their truck project individually, and we're just very happy to be able to assist and to produce these trucks.
So what's the end goal for Krug? What is the goal? Where do you sort of see Krug going? Because you've obviously grown like out of nowhere into like something so exponential and amazing, dare I say. And I must add to all of this that the family here, I'm going to say family because they've treated me like family. They've made me part of the family. And even if I want to buy a truck at some stage, if I go anywhere else to buy a truck, they're going to probably shoot me. So I will have to buy a truck with Krug now, and I am going to be a part
Shana,
of Krug.
she's always exaggerating on these points.
Possibly not, but either which way, I wouldn't want to get a truck from anyone else. not for anything. I'm sure you get different options, different things. But the most important thing, what I've understood for any product, is the service and how you're looked after. And I must honestly say, Mirim, Lisa, and the whole team from Victor onwards, everyone has looked after me so well that you know for a fact that if I ever end up buying a lorry from them, everything's like one call. If you're stuck in the middle of the Sahara Desert, hey,
Yes.
I've broken something, can you please help me out? And I think that's the biggest question that needs answering. And I'm just sort of sorry I had to take that away from you, because
No worries.
I have to emphasize on how well you look after people. And I think that's the key difference between Krug versus so many other manufacturers. Now, quick story, before I came to Krug for the first time, I visited a couple other manufacturers or tried to get in touch. Some even I didn't even get back answers to. And Krug went out of the way beyond and was so amazing to look after me. So thank you for being fantastic.
Thank you for the feedback. We really appreciate it. And for us, you know, that's the company culture, because Krug is a family business after all. So you mentioned Viktor Yermolov, who is the owner of Krug, and he is definitely, you know, the visionary, the man who instills these parameters. And, you know, I think each and every one of us working at Krug is quite happy to contribute to the growth of the company, and also to the extension of our tribe, our customers. And we do that, you know, with great attention to detail.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're always in a learning process. This is a niche industry, you can't forget that also. So, of course, we can't grow it into the endless, and that's also not the major goal. What you mentioned before, service and, you know, reliability, these are definitely the cornerstones of where we want to develop towards too.
Oh, I think that sounds fantastic. Hopefully not in the too distant future. At some stage, I would love to get myself into one of these trucks and travel the world. And I just want to say thank you for your time. And is there anything else that you would like to share about Krug or about the team? Anything you want to share?
Well, you know, I guess all of you who are watching now, you know Shana. Pepper her with questions. Get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. I believe it's truly a family and community effort, and we just love to meet you in person. You know, whoever would be interested in joining one of our events or trade shows, you're very welcome. And our website usually provides all the details. And it's just as Shana said.
No kidding. I have to say that if you really like what you're seeing and you've loved whatever you've seen so far, go check out Krug. And I'm not kidding. And I don't get paid for any of this stuff. And I'm being honest here that get in touch with them directly. All the details are on the website. There are obviously links as well. And reach out to them, and they'll look after you. Even if you're at the point where you're just beginning and you don't know where you want to start, you don't know anything, and you just want to go, hey,
it's a journey.
Let me try and explore this avenue. Get in touch with them, and they probably would be able to guide you and probably say, hey, no, that's a great idea, or maybe that's not such a great idea as well. So get in touch with the team from Krug, and then they'll be able to guide you.
We make sure to get you out there.
Thank you so much for your time, Mirim.
All the best.
And I'll see you out on the road. Time for me to go and get a drive.
Let's go.
Fantastic. Thank you.